but now at last, not only for Israelis, but also for Palestinians and for many others, the long and painful nightmare is finally over. And as the dust settles, the smoke fades, the debris is removed, and the ashes cleaned from the air, the day that breaks on a region transformed and a beautiful and much brighter future appears suddenly within your reach. This is now a very exciting time for Israel and for the entire Middle East, because all across the Middle East, the forces of chaos, terror, and ruin that have plagued the region for decades now stand weakened, isolated, and totally defeated.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Prince Ichie. Today's news is coming out of Gaza. On Monday, the streets of Khan Younis, a city in southern Gaza, overflowed with emotions as thousands gathered, not in protest, but in fear, but in celebration. Nearly 1,700 Palestinians, once prisoners of war, walked free again. Men, women, and even children stepping into sunlight for the first time in years. In the West Bank capital, Ramallah, the story was the same. Families wept as 88 long-term detainees, some imprisoned for over 2 decades, were finally released, and about 160 more were deported through Egypt, crossing border they never thought they would see again.
Relief and joy after Hamas freed the last living Israeli hostages from Gaza on Monday under a Trump-brokered ceasefire deal. The announcement of the release of the 20 hostages prompted cheering, hugging and weeping among thousands waiting at Hostage Square in Tel Aviv. There were emotional scenes in Gaza too, as Israel sent home busloads of Palestinian detainees. Thousands of relatives, many weeping with joy, gathered at a hospital where buses brought home some of the nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners and detainees freed by Israel as part of the accord.
But this moment of joy carried a shadow. The Public Committee Against Torture in Israel revealed that most of these detainees were held without trial, branded as unlawful combatants. Among them, 22 minor children caught in the crossfire of a war they never started. The ceasefire that made all this possible came after 2-year military onslaught that took nearly 68,000 Palestinian lives. And now, 2.1 million survivors remained trapped in a sealed coastal strip where homes lie in ruins, food is scarce, and hope is even scarcer. But a spark of relief flicked. Tom Fletcher, head of United Nations Humanitarian Relief Arm, stood at podium in Shah el-Kai and declared millions of Palestinians are counting on life-saving aid. Getting through a scale we must make it happen. Convoys of aid trucks began entering Gaza slowly, cautiously, but with the weight of global expectations behind them. And then, the architect of the ceasefire arrived. Donald Trump, fresh from a brief stop in Israel, landed in Red Sea Resort City, standing beside Egypt's Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and leaders from Qatar and Turkey. He signed a joint declaration, what he called a new day rising. He spoke of 20 joint peace proposal, a plan to disarm Hamas, rebuild Gaza, and oversee it with a technocrat Palestinian committee. It will be supervised by a peace board chaired by the US president himself. His words were grand, his tone confident, but the task ahead was enormous. Not everyone was in the room. Israel and Hamas, the two main players, were notably absent. Trump's attempt to bring Netanyahu was shut down after Turkey's Erdogan threatened to walk out. It was diplomacy at its most delicate, a balance of power on a razor edge. Still, leaders from other 27 nations attended, from the Gulf states to Europe. Even the president of FIFA, Gianni Infantino, made an appearance, symbolizing how this peace summit had reached beyond politics into realm of humanity. As camera rolled, Trump described watching families reunite, Israel hostages embracing their loved ones for the first in years, he said. The level of love and sorrow, I've never seen anything like this. In one sense, it's so horrible that this could take place. In another, it's so beautiful to see a new and beautiful day is rising. But even as the words echo across the world, one question hung in the air. Will this fragile peace hold, or will it shatter once again under the weight of history? This is not just politics. It is the story of people, of mothers waiting, of children growing up behind fences, and of leaders gambling with hope. Only time will tell if Gaza's new day will truly rise or fade back into the long night. Stay tuned for verified updates and clear explanations right here on Life World Focus 24/7. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this story with someone who still believes peace is possible.